Front Line with Kwanan, only on CTV. The 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 Front Line with Kwanan, only on CTV.
Introducing the new Jama washing powder with multi-enzymes that helps remove stubborn stains.
It has a nice fragrance. Not harsh on my hands. Foams easily. And removes stains well.
Oh, I still to be.
Ma, he brought 5 big sachets of new Jama washing powder.
Yes, ma.
It really removes stains. It has a nice fragrance.
Yes, ma.
Then add 30 sacks of Jama washing powder to your engagement list.
Hey.
Jama.
Yes, ma.
New Jama washing powder for cleaner, fresher wash. Your partner for clean clothes. This advert is FDA approved.
Just like how water refreshes you on a hot sunny day, it takes a refreshing bath with Alive soap to feel its pleasant fragrances.
The soap I want and need at the end of every day,
Leaving you with soft, smooth and fresh looking skin.
you make me feel alive, you really brighten my day, my day.
Available in lemon, coconut, rose and aloe vera fragrance. Alive soap. Feel fresh, feel alive.
Forward then to independence. To independence now.
Ghana Yafa Hudie Ifie Edusia Ellen Wakiye. On my penny Kwame Nkrumah Assembly, I say forward ever, backwards never. Yempeni force a member only a yen twaso. A member el twaso, and to be baby. Now will be a babe twaso. Yen desire who say, a dear and a yetinia ye diakwaso. Ye find a hair, ye hina yedro. A bind you to say ministries, department, agencies, ɛne ɛkeka ho bebree.
The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwikwanan, only on CTV.
Tonight on The Frontline, a fresh wave of pressure is building, and this time it's coming from beyond our borders. From the hearts of London, a vocal and determined group known as the Patriotic Concerned Youth Alliance is mounting yet another strong push, demanding that Ghana take a decisive steps towards exiting the ECOWAS bloc. They argue that the sub-regional body has outlived its purpose, failed to protect Ghanaian interests, and continues to impose burdens that no longer reflects the aspirations of the ordinary Ghanaian. Their message is loud, coordinated, and gaining traction among sections of the diaspora. Tonight, we speak to some members of the group. I am Kweku Anand, and of course tonight I welcome all viewers here in Ghana and around the world. And of course we're coming to you live from the very HQ here in the studios of CTV across dozens. Tonight have lifting. They are lifting the feed up. We start with our very own tonight from Sunyani 88.1 FM, that's Sunyani FM. In Western region the feed is on Tadi 99.1 FM, is lifting it up. Back then in London is lifting the feed on GOB broadcasting on modernghana.com and tune in. Still on GOB, the feed is on www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. The information is super dial. Tonight is lifting on both channels. My CTVGH, listen. My CTVGH. And then the second one is the Frontline Ghana. Many of you are now cool with the two links. My CTVGH and the Frontline Ghana. Both are working tonight. So you can decide to join us on my CTV or you join us on the Frontline Ghana. Any of them is at work tonight. And feel free to call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. We will talk and we'll make a sense of all the issues. First, let me apologize for a late start. And of course, as you know, there's so many technical construction going on here. I remember I told you guys sometime, was it last week, that if we are to follow these technical challenges, I may have to abandon the whole of November and we may not have to do a program until perhaps maybe December or otherwise maybe next year. But we try to, tap the pieces, put the pieces together, then we can be able to bring you the show, right? So bear with us. The times, the shows will start and all of that. Bear with us. It's not deliberate at all. It's due to the technical challenges that engineers are working on things, fixing these knobs, fixing these boats, fixing these devices is what is bringing all of this. Folks, so we are starting tonight. It's the 17th of November 2025. Of course, the month of November has just struck a quarter of it. We are yet to strike half of November, and then November be gone. Then we enter the month of December. And December is a month we are all gearing, looking forward to, because that's where many of us will have some long breaks and what have you, and then we can also take some rest and all of that. Yes. And then the Christmas Eve and all, many of you would have to also travel and whatnot. So I can say that we are handling our programs, but we are still doing some light programs, to end the year. And then come back in the month of January, mount fresh, mount energy. The big stories coming and many. Tonight, folks, you'll call a friend, call a brother, call a sister, a friend, either outside Ghana or here in Ghana, and they will be cool to go. Now, what do I have for you? A group, you know, with this group is based all over the world, but primarily the headquarters of this group is based in London. But they are a group made up of, they are coming from various professional backgrounds: engineers, doctors, politicians, security officers, intelligence officers, many, all over the world, in Amsterdam, Britain, France, Germany, United States, all over, Denmark, Sweden, many. But the headquarters is in London. Now, what I'm about to say, you know already. This group is championing heavily, but they're about to storm down. They are championing heavy power, heavy. What's this group talking about? The group says, look, ECOWAS has what? Has, you know, what's the English language I want? What they are trying to say is that, look, we are not getting any benefits from Ghana being still, you know, in the hands of this ECOWAS, what. They've numbered a lot of things. That ECOWAS has what? Outlived its purpose. ECOWAS has what? Has outlived its purpose. And that there isn't any sense in Ghana's continuation or continuously hanging in there. We continue to be playing here and there. Our, you know, politicians, either MPP, NDC, every year you see them carrying their bags, carrying their what? Taking the Ghanaian taxpayer, fly to Abuja, to ECOWAS Parliament, go and sit there. They come back and they don't bring anything to us. All you hear is that, oh, Ghanaian politicians have gone to ECOWAS Parliament, and then some kind of funny. It is one hell of a foolish thing that I've ever come across. Yeah. On Friday, if you recall, those of you who watched the show, my guest was who? Kofi Cranton, the, you know, independent presidential aspirant. And Kofi said something very striking. He says what? This ECOWAS thing is like a special purpose vehicle for the Western world, for the Western, you know, powers. Used it to stampede, mastermind, control many things in the African government. And Kofi was much more than right. Ask yourself, what is it? What is it, that ever since Ghana joined the ECOWAS? But I can hazard one, and you can hazard, that all that there is to that of ECOWAS that we've had as gift, as benefit, is the fact that our floodgates, our borders have been open. The floodgates are open. And then the influx of what? Many nationals from various corridors, particularly these rogues, these animals, scavengers, like some of these Nigerian guys who have dropped in here and causing all sorts of troubles. Yeah, that's all there is. That for me primarily is the benefit that this country called Ghana, all right, under the Fourth Republic, that your leaders have lost their conscience. Your leaders, okay, your leaders have lost the background. They've lost the base. And so they could just allow them, come, this is your place, your base, come. Yeah. While some super stations, some superpowers, so the world power, United States, is driving foreigners who are causing major catastrophe to the American state. No. Third world countries like this, who, are struggling to survive. We are all struggling. Nigeria is struggling to survive. Ghana is struggling to survive. Liberia, Togo, where all the sub-regional countries, the entire sub-regional bloc, we are all struggling to survive. And yet, instead of these nations to sit, think and say, hey, guys, let's begin to think of our own. How do we protect our nationals? What I believe is that Nigeria should begin to speak to themselves, their people. Ghana, speak to your citizens. How do we protect the 34 million citizens of this nation, and how do we take care of them? Their welfare, their well-being, their sovereignty, their sanctity, the integrity, the credibility of the nation. About 4, 5, whatever we need to, one, enviously protect it. As far as the global world is concerned, no. All these leaders consciously go in there and then they sign some kind of protocols and treaties that, oh, you know what, open your border, we'll come free trade, come and do whatever. For me, would you say that is too bad enough? Maybe perhaps the person who hatched this plot or this idea perhaps may have the very clean hands and a pure heart in deciding for this. But how many of them apparently hazard the guess that, hey, it will bring us to this very situation? I mean, it will bring us to this moment we find ourselves in, that today somebody who is not a Ghanaian today is sitting here on our soil, foolishly, stupidly calling himself a king, whereas your kings here, all the 16 regions, with the chiefs we have, none of them cannot, will not, and may not call themselves kings. Nonetheless, even to say, we are also going around all the regional capitals, all right, to what? To create our parallel, sub-chiefs and whatnot, including arrowheads. They here, indigenous can't even do that, but a foreigner is sitting here doing it. And today I'm going to play you a video why you would know the leadership of this nation. Both these two parties have governed for 33 years, perpetuating all. You know why? They know the constitution is right. Oh, why? They know the constitution is right, but they have decided to clench their two teeth, both lower and upper teeth, together, and says what? Ghanaians, talk anyhow you want, but we are in power, we'll hold government, we'll hold power, and we decide what we have to do, and we don't even care. Now listen, today, the world power, United States, the world's most superpower that controls everything, has all the resources. Today, guess what? That's number one person Donald J. Trump is doing in America. Donald Trump has launched a massive crackdown against immigrants in many of America's major cities, particularly in where? In Virginia, in a location called Charlottesville. There's a massive crackdown in Charlottesville by U.S. special agents. What is Trump up to? Trump is what? Is asking all of these immigrants, and I'm sure Ghanaians who are aware. Today, your interior minister is answering a question of what? A foreigner believed to be an African and also within the ECOWAS bloc brought here, and there were some reactions and blah, 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 blah. And then what he's saying is that, oh, if that person wants to live here, well, it's just a matter of going to sign some papers and blah, blah, and then can be accepted to live here. The question you should be asking your leaders, the 34 million Ghanaians, according to the budget, is the budget able to contain, able to take care of the 34 million Ghanaians? Is that what the budget is saying? And you know what? The most regrettable and the most sad part is when Mutaka is talking, and I pity him. Do you know why? Because even he, Mutaka, his ministry, the budget for the interior ministry has been slashed about 8.1% of his budget. That's the most regrettable. Yeah, the budget for him, has been slashed down. Yeah, forgetting that crime has become more sophisticated. Crime in this country, courtesy the influx of these foreigners, Nigerians, have made crime in this country more sophisticated. And there's a need to increase the budget of the interior ministry. But guess what is happening? His budget has been slashed down. Now guess what? America, United States, the world's most superpower, the world power, is cracking down on what? On immigrants who have nothing to do with the United States. Again, another very shocking part is that yesterday, Donald Trump has deployed one of America's biggest aircraft carrier called what? USS Harrison Ford. To where? The Harrison Ford is currently stationed in the Caribbean Sea. What are they doing there? You know why? You think it's easy for America to do that? Why? America is so big. America controls the biggest economy. So how many people that will be there, America still can take care of them. Everybody will have some food to eat, jobs and all of that. Yet, this is what America will. The world superpower, this is what they are doing. Why? Because per their intelligence report, Venezuela, which is a proximity within a back door, what they've seen Venezuelans doing is the fact that, look, all the hardcore criminals, prisoners, including the Venezuelans themselves, as soon as then the day break, then they jump straight to United States. They are going to look for what? Greener pastures. Just like the Nigerians are doing. Every day, Nigerians are roping here. And you ask, what is wrong with these Nigerians? That's what is going on in Venezuela. And Trump sat down and watched. He tasked his defense secretary, Mark Rubio, and then the Secretary of State, Mark Rubio, and tasked the defense secretary, Hitchett, and said, listen, let's watch these people very well. Because you know what? Between the Caribbean Sea and United States, all that the Venezuelans are doing is what? They are transporting what? Drugs. Drugs to America. Drugs. And just yesterday, Trump said, no way, enough is enough. Now, as I speak, reports coming within the diplomatic lines. What's his name? The Venezuelan president, what's his name? Medro, whatever, says what? Now he wants to talk. Now he wants a diplomatic lines to talk. Meanwhile, he knew very well that what he's doing was completely unacceptable. Why would you release your hardcore prisoners to fly or to go on the land or through the waters into somebody's country and go and cause trouble? Just like Nigerians are doing to this country, and your leaders don't even care. Your leaders are not even sensitive. Your leaders are not even bothered. They are here causing all sorts of what? Sophisticated crimes. And the minister in charge to arrest the situation, his budget has been slashed down and he's worried. The minister is worried though, but guess what? His budget for which it will help him to combat crime has been slashed down. Yet, more as knowing the danger, the more they continue to embrace the people. I haven't seen this before. Folks, tonight, the group in London, the the Patriotic Concern Youth Alliance will be speaking on why, because many of you know, and of course many of you have also consented. Ghana must quickly, if we are out of the ECOWAS, do you think some of these unscrupulous, useless fools like this Chukudi can come and sit here in East Legon? Can you come and sit here in East Legon and be talking rubbish to Ghanaians? The Ghanaians are uncultured. Look at these animals. They have the effrontery and the guts to be sitting here and telling Ghanaians, oh, they are uncultured people. These fools, animals, these rogues, baboons and cocoons. I mean, can't you make sense out of this? A whole country with about 36 states, and they are saying to us that they still can't even find that place a safe haven and live there comfortably. They rather prefer a country like Ghana, a small country like Ghana, as they continue to say, oh, your country is a small Ghana, yet they envy this country more than anything. They believe that this is where, like Kofi Kwanti said, why? Because so many things here, even though we say Ghana is not too good enough, but at least we have, for nothing at all, credits your government that we have what? A sustainable power drive, the electricity on every day. Even though the galamsey, blah, 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 but still our taps are flowing. We have some food to eat and all of that. Back in Nigeria, ask them if they have the same. Nothing. 36 states. 36 states animals and cocoons and fools have destroyed their nation, and they continue to destroy their nation. I'm going to show you some videos tonight. But you see, as all the sub-regional heads and presidents within the sub-region must consciously sit down and stop this foolishness and cancel this ECOWAS bloc. Because trust me, ECOWAS is not doing anything to us. It's not helping us. It's rather, it continues to endanger human species, properties, and life in all the sub-regions. And they know it. When was the last time you heard your members of parliament are going to ECOWAS and they came back and they said, this is what they brought to us? What is it? Look, I prefer even the OAU, Organization of the African Union, now changing to what? AU. I prefer the African Union, brought by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, than this animal called ECOWAS. On the basis of this, against the backdrop of this ECOWAS, is why your Nigerians are fooling. Yeah. But we will be speaking to actors across the globe who are in the next couple of days, weeks, months, will storm Ghana in a different grand style. Folks, we'll be doing that. But you see, it's so regrettable. Let's get started. Ebusia, and I drink Nkomonemu Yeshiba. Ebusia Kuye from Patriotic Concern Youth Alliance. Ebusia Kese Pa, Eku Kese, Womu Riasi Baby, Mumpeni for any eba bedin komo. Asembeya, Womasi Hey. ECOWAS na modiaye kasa wo Ghana on sebe nyanse bia nim mo join ECOWAS nyende ECOWAS si ye beye we be enime bebre na ECOWAS na keka besi nne ni na yenya huniti yenya hunena. What is the meaning of that? Yes ye den ye twen hu free ECOWAS no asema mo kana no enti ye nimpenifo no eba bedi nkomo na ya hwese ni na no ebesi a ebe den ebekọ ede amaye ewo omemu hase nti tam chuku wate ya bibiano yefa entoto kama. Still on the blog tonight, we are going to give you some sights and sounds of the frontline biggest investigative expose ever, title Workers of Iniquities. Expose Kesia Ebe Baso next year. Oh, expose Kesia Ebe Baso next year. Yatunidin the Workers of Iniquities. Yeah, o politicians no say wo ban no na wasofo no nsusu die chire. Asofo na kromfo na dafo na brabafo akohwifo ewudifo ewurukafo womo so ye babe palm hontama next year. But before no de bia na ye de neme bi prapra kwan mu se be ya wo be den wo betimi ehu dia ekoso. Okay, na osuwetimi ahye no so se expose no badia enioma se ye de prapra kwan ma osu hu no ye dini na no be to ho kama anadwi de amount nti hye no so papa na anadwi de eje de wa ha no nye jaketo a se o hwe no wa hwe ni yi a ena na me poto ewo English no se he America man ye da ho yi America man a esu yi pa the world power wo mukute bibia enso he Donald Trump say no make us a wama special agent for just woman in America's major cities cracking down on immigrants. One more economy shade nim na enso abetra tra economy wiase obi abone de ho ban America won so nche no nanso ade a Trump ye no enra ordinary akire the Caribbean Sea ni so America say one launch America's biggest aircraft carrier called the USS Harrison Ford aircraft kese ba akopa sa aircraft yi koi nyese can you imagine a whole Venezuela crowway na Trump asuma aircraft carriers plus it's what accompanying what sophisticated ships almost any aircraft in eco aircraft contain F-16 F-17 and all sophisticated warheads makers will must start drill rehearsals one or say Venezuelan President Maduro waya de bia etia America said America many war woman who near maybe a woman in your home. And they saying hardcore criminals are one good prison. One ye be on more no pium some America crunum. I feel so Venezuela and Sri Lanka so what they say, woman the America or eba be on Mutinabia. If you dear Sahana drink crown said Venezuela ye crobia. We move daily in what? Cocaine, crack cocaine. Hey! And ya the America, Obama Kwame Masad na Koso. Enti, ye ka say Venezuela hono, and I said the Caribbean Sea hono, eswa ye shiye papa. Se Maduro anye na dwiya. Obeto recruit na se, according to Donald Trump. Now intelligence reports also just say, afide Maduro anye na dwiya se obekasa on the diplomatic channels. Wohu America kuro kakraka ya eduane die enyedne edwuma enyedne sika bibian wo ahwom hu no enumpo no president no tikro no hu say no make us say wo ma chichi ni pane bebre ama Ghana mpo ya de hye ni bi including addition mo Africa wo mo within ECOWAS region ya pam wo na say from Ghana nkoa na ye de because so nyankopon boy o di bibia ma yinte meanwhile ni patikrom ha ye bre makoje o ma bi gukrom ha America for pam o mo de ne ye de ne say the ECOWAS sub-region be a floodgate and the wenum sorry a amanfra for baby di bone be ye nyoma e ye tan a odwen ho wonti ase and this is where your leaders glamour for ase ne saying but the ECOWAS na ye po we need to consider to leave folks. And I dream the ra expose kesienso eba on the body of Christ. Na emube yehu with the nebe prapra kwemu gauge space no because our expose we obeba be ka ho bi. Obiara oso for bidi wa fa kwan bi so ye be mo akwanya mo wa be ka wasem enye phone so ye be mo akwanya bi ma wo de wo de na beto ho nya investigating na emube ye shenesi here folks. And I dream call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. We sit and talk and make a sense of it all. What's it? Then you may not did not come up next. Midimura, Ghana Speaks proudly brought to you by Biogas Expert Engineers. Now, Biogas for SM and Kanjo say, and I'm one year and the year. Now, almost here a dime be pa, just say, one musin in your dime, Ketwa. A dime real estate way. 300 affordable houses in the ABC. Now, affordable houses we are sino a Eastern region, Pediasa Lodge, Chihom, or Yako Jasas, Yantamo, ye Babisi, Sa a down way 150 on my left, 150 on my right. Now, this is going to be the biggest estate in the whole of the capital, Accra. Now, Shannon, so say a down way 3 bedrooms in the ACC, 4 bedrooms, depending which one. Now, each unit house be an cost of $150,000. What we are asking you to come and do is a Branebe Tia saying 20% of the $150,000, 20% saying Brabetua Emma Biogas for your Robeco Bank, Utia automatically you qualify. You are what? A landlord. And I say Dana Ayawodia, Nafinia starting ye see Dana Emamo. This very real estate we are currently on the screens is going to be the biggest one of the securitized a year or honor a very securitized supermarkets security post police bell your schools your basic banks, recreational centers, and you may be brave untimi nante to hot basabasa or here one very strongest securitizer untimi nante ho na efisu numa hudo be brave beba ho ebebo nipa asitene kama obiano en hawadwene wate nti for we chire ho now sa bia a making cameras na so twitwa ho Asia ye behwe ema enipa ebetra ho wasomadwo $150,000 is relatively low. Utia 20% ni we are remaining 80% no near spreaded the amount 8 years na utia. I repeat, remaining 80% no ye best spread the amount 8 years na utia. Na me believe say 3 years e crowd na utia 80% no kwe we ma crowd na asem bia na asem ko. What you say? But more than afa ho jim bi na bibia na ye na betimi aye den apple ye kama biogas for numbers in a good screen is no ubetimi afrom ni name no entino se wo amanone ana wo Ghana ha pe baby papa bi di utiato a na wa hwe Pediasa Lodge ho ehu si yeso air condition why because e wo be poso na wo hwe serene no an environment no said your hosie cold no just said this is a place sebe enchewa we ni free obepe ho no watena na aboa no webusu wate yiro ho wo amanone ana wo Ghana bo modern contact biogas expert for near the procedure no na febra na betua na eno ye na yenkotron ma asomdwe mra wate still on the bail no biogas first men can just ebra enioma ekeka ko Ghana water for HRS insuo ehu eba be kwa atwe no wo mo pa kire se bra ni into borehole emawo mo nso ameka say borehole mu hia bi e de aye for industrial purpose bia na wo site ho every day tanker ekotwe nsuo de bra no ma yemma metu ye hia bi ti se mensem say e wo site ho na ye tu ye wi am na build a septic tank na pumping nsuo negum wo site ho de ye wedwuma mo nso a mo wo fie a mo hia nsuo ankase wo fie ho mo beton bi mo benom bi hwe amanonefo no men toka amfema ma yembe tu borehole e wo fie ho no mo nton nsuo no ye ton nsuo no asika no ye betumi de ahwe busia na kai ye de ban na ade beche police ache no ade beche absorber pai ade beche exhaust asai ade beche flat tire nsem no doors ntrikes no doors dodo ye betumi de borehole nko ano e de peje busia no mu ama nioma atoto e de bi etutu school fees ni nioma na biogas for no e behwe ni na de ama mesro bomode na contact biogas for no wate enti se wo hwe me wo phone no so a fa wo phone no ekọ o television screen is no screenshot it na keep it somewhere but so wo hwe wo phone no so dia and a bomodiana screenshot biogas phone number no which is 0546205377 0205377 and 0555893001 05558930001 biogas for no bebo ma bibia no wo mo aye no fefe de ma uni problem at all guys na mo ma me birthday eyibi right god mamenye birthday adewe fast or say happy glorious birthday to Martha Achimota. God bless you and your new age. Live long with good health and money. Much love from Udai Ebenezer. Yes. Okay. Glorious birthday to Martha upon Jimfua at Achimota. God bless you and your new age. Live long with good health and money. Much love. If free Udai Ebenezer hono say Martha yem famrel. Just say and now you are free share that. Now the work and say Ankopoma obreno enye kese nko ninim ankasa na bibia no enye kamama na emom osinyame wadom na sika emra bebre folks so anadwe gauge the space o Ghana ho amanoni o ye ba be di ECOWAS no nkomo ye be firim ye mfirim no ye de nkomo bi ba be totop no so kama umpeni for net ahwe mfa omo ho Nigerians ade chi ade sen ba no mo ba wo hu obi the world power, the world most superpower, the United States. And that one more gentleman more crack it down. Pam immigrant. Come on, Obia, Muntitin Torium, Obia, Quayem, Mipo Mufem, Nyanenko. She one more major city bit is Virginia. Udu Virginia. Brono a friend Charlottesville. Nipe Drano home and Yasam Ketwa. India. Because Donald Trump say America first. Now hey inso hey wumpeni for no do amanone for wo mo do amanfra for echen wo Ghana ni nti ye careful. Ya na me catch them say voting time no say ya chechire wa mo dwene nya adwuma 2028 Ghanaians 2028 mo mama dwene nya adwuma o mesrem o sabin preduasa mo ma ya dwene enya adwuma ye ba chechire ye kura na mo ma ya dwene nya adwuma. Yes, your leaders they don't know. I'm sorry. And you won't know what to ho. But my main from politics of today tonight. We turn our attention to a rising wave of advocacy emerging far beyond Ghana's shores. A London-based pressure group, the Patriotic Concerned Youth Alliance, is burning with determination, pushing hard, mobilizing through various channels, and intensifying their campaign to see Ghana exit the ECOWAS. Said I catch them. The Patriotic Concerned Youth Alliance. Hey, in penny for me, who be that? Hey, big time. Oh, now, oh, say, you might deal. More face Ghana Nigeria issue now. I know who say what the ja while empenifonic can you maybe see any kukuam na bedu wom to say hamatan fire say at all cost ECOWAS and minim ye referendum biana no you need to see ECOWAS and as our Nigerians, these animal cocoons Nigerians, sorry, every day there is Nigerian group of Nigerians or more flooded. They can't stay there. They've caused major catastrophe. They've destroyed their nation beyond repairs. And they know the next place is what? Ghana. And your leaders are comfortable. And I'm going to show you one of your leaders. One of your leaders in this nation. Why? These unscrupulous rogues, scavengers, Nigerians, including your Chukudi, can find Ghana a safe haven and continue to live here. He's not even ashamed. But quickly, before I go on there, there's going to be one of an expose via I see to a fast. Yatro commando. But my main country say Chukudi has responded. Hey, what responded through Sanu or free PROB as in front of Gongo, whatever. He speak rubbish. Now then I throw command on home. What am I there? When Timmy address this media house, no. The most regrettable sad part, but do you know why we are cool with it? Because when we needed Chukudi to come forward, also no it no appointed a politician be say a politician in you no nyasam non feminine and they come a politician your one is a politician the answer naba. But the most regrettable sad part is that his so-called useless agongo, that lunatic couldn't respond. He couldn't respond to that of say yen ye tro the man into unrest. No, they just it's so sad. But then guys, we have a response. Let ye tro command. Any response or diaba, and the expose itself is coming in is numbered in numbers days. Yeah, sad. Also he's not a happy guy. Oh. No, he's not a happy guy. He's simply not a happy guy. They argue that the group in Nigeria argue that the current structure and direction of ECOWAS no longer serve Ghanaians' national interest. And they insist the time has come for a bold, historic step tonight. Listen, they insist that the time has come for a bold historic step so that we leave. Tonight, we speak directly to some members of this group. We hear their motives, their motivations, their strategies, and reasons behind this growing call for Ghana to chart a new diplomatic path. Yene group ni mumpeni fobi bedin komo enche kra. But before we take off, Tiha, now the frontline biggest expose next year. Sometimes when I'm doing this, no be suit to us. And why don't you rather want to concentrate on the Nigerian issues? Stop that. Don't bring that thing. Allow me to do my job. If you can go, leave. Don't watch my show. I have been tasked to do all multiples of stories. My platform will not just do only Nigeria, Ghana stories alone. There are more stories, there are plenty. We need to tackle it. Whilst you're a politician, you want to know why they are doing this to you. Your men of God are also part of it, and you don't know? You don't know. But before we take off with our guest tonight, we take a moment to re-echo the Frontline's upcoming investigative series into the state of the body of Christ. Bold, uncompromising expose title, Workers of Iniquities. Folks, the workers of iniquities are bagidi pa. Now, it to erupt the ground and open the earthquake of some of these fake men of God will be swallowed by this expose. This is what the Frontline expose title, the Workers of Iniquities, coming like this. Take a look.
They call themselves as the holy men of God. But beneath them lies darkness, evil, and wickedness.
In Sri Lanka, they say, "Ifuluno, sorry, Kasamle yesino, but miracle water ninety was sorry."
But now they've reached the breaking point, as the web on the front line has captured them in an expose that will shake the foundation of Christianity in Ghana. Expect more in the coming days, weeks, and months on the Frontline Show with Kwikwanan. Behind the false holy crown lies darkness. This is Code Red Season 2 on the Frontline, coming soon.
Great. Now, tonight, take a note. Both links are working. My CTVGH and the Frontline Ghana, both internets are working. So you can, those of you who love watching internet. Now, this special investigation would dig deep into the foundations, the practice, the conduct, and the hidden corners of modern day Christianity in Ghana, separating truth from the theatrics, devotion from deception, and shepherds from wolf in sheep clothes. Tonight we pursue some of the troubling and negative directions being pursued by certain self-styled men of God, actions that continue to raise deep concern within the body of Christ and among discerning believers. First, let us listen to one man of God who I love so much, who has stepped forward to expose the questionable lifestyle and hidden practice of some of his own colleagues. Also for me, papa entry bold talk on one can say expose you na so for ni bi ene kwanya wo mu die trimodeni sunsum bone e de ye dem the church of God. Listen to him.
The most wicked people, pastors. More fire. Pastors. Group of Mutim Dimpa. You fear the Aku said, it's so be a Bobby Sika, yes, of Sikan also, and so Sophocles and so be Sikan would be a Manisika, will be a China there. So be needed yet. I saw from Muslim and mechanical cracks, so areas there than you. Mr. Macasam said the next 50 years by this time. So for bro. Mr. Quarashi, the Quincy Kure to one hour baby and way easy. And Granny University. Say, Yamia will be a baker school. Illiteracy in free and then Yamia to a clay piece, Yamama, Pianity. Then a bassa. The entire bassa said, since I want to call you, no, another boy. No, mamma, call you. Maybe do the sword. We will sorry the more bread and mammy and maybe that. Okay. And more bad partner, you the was sorry in the this time. If I suffer, sir. Even you be a school crowd. And Kwalanki to because senior has you miss us a for the send a friend Kwan because said, Umami and Yosika, sir. School bed plan winay. Now why ready? Who be our Saka? San Colea for the airborne by your set. That won't be university. Nobody's Canada support to church. I am Miss South for say, and Granny University. And Granny Secondary School more fire. You was saying our soft Sika support. Since you're not quite as a soft university, sir. I saw the Babaton and your more. So for your law, America. I saw the baby ABC capital. Go to be near the Quaco to Moko. Would some 2 years in the young train for the next 15 years. Send on my neighbor. And now, sorry, you will be a Sibia to sell question about them. Aye. I saw the Biara, including Pentecost, Nayamodia, Muamudia dance, and this is Munabre. What you think this can air form? If you membership can move reduce membership, the reduction of membership are starting. Because it's no fear. Maybe just sorry. Couldn't approach any Ghana. But when you penny at you, I don't know, Mama, since you are doing Enti ya see aso da ya see school dan. School na ya see je no. Ya ji sika fra so wona di see. Tie ni yo sa go so che. Tie. Ya ji offering. Itwitwa akota. Because the time I'm was CAC. Yeah, Christ Apostolic University College. Kumase kwada so. Yeah, the quota buy. I saw the BR support also the Boami University. No, say I saw the Benya University. Now you mentioned I saw the BR GAB. I think I saw the there. And I'm a boy. I think I was a year. At least a benefit ya for any kakra. Baby, success CAC ni be University to YN day.
And Baba say any free crampo cra. Can you parry a sorry bar? And can was it was
ya what say you be a better.
And Baba say any free
one who said yeah, I saw for no ACS so cruel and so wicked. With Vizio, he continued by identifying some elements in some self-styled women of God, pretending to be working for God, yet they are into what? Demonic controls. Now, and I say we hear me, papa. We are gone in ye Christo near Shas and Becca in ye. And ma most often, when we yet to say, oh, me a prophetess, and I'm ye say, be careful. Share and a Christo ni biara, one ma or bar or claim so yourself for ordinary good. So, no. There are many became or you're more than 100% right. In many cases, about 90% or plus of women of God ends up they are into what? Marine kingdom kind of worshiping. Yes, I'm telling you. And more crime or ban fan son two tisuda and on fan and son two babies who are born payama. No. And money baby. I almost saw Muyanya baby ya before. They are into satanic what? Kingdom and demonic worshiping. One thing you ahansohwe na hwe emma wonum gu encrophobia sorry a e de no moye o sa asoro na asofo ni didi do machi in such a demonic practices. Listen to this again. Take a listen.
Na bia chire na bia cap no owram na ha omo gina omo ye fake.
Fire.
Fake, they are fake. Onim onim so ye fake. Me ke worry onim so ye fake. Na wo de nyansa na abiti wo. Na odi na chi na mama hwan na mama hwan mama bay. Ghana ha ma we mama kuma 100 ya sorry emu 95 om ya bayifo om kuta honhomone sa there no bad there na so say wo kwoti so so there oba there wo abrebia you are the assistant to somebody mebwa you must be assistant to your pastor or some anamebwa ntina ba Pentecost dem na form deacons ne deaconesses no money ade am company for money ade ade and yes sir you are ordained you within church and a yama branch then you are working under but what I say apostle be an say area head now you under some any problem what am I say pa na so oba se me founder and kwasoro
nanga tatene de
oba se me mate me ma sore se me ma sore asome se emme wo TV so nyina kokon ma wo firi nyankopon A to Z TV organ ha oba bie ni wo so ya asore wo firi nyame no one
more fire
oh na me de me gidi wi ase me de ma me se mo me de ensu oba ye bo den me se wan opa bubo ndin na me ma no one unless oba oye adwuma internal work like say ya fa no dickness ya fa no we and asori ni mu ne yi ni so we ni so for that one me the problem it you use nipa yesu use Mary Magdalene
sema ho and e wo krom hanya now so called I'm a woman of God, I'm this, I'm that, be very, very careful. Me say majority of them, they are being manipulated and controlled by marine spirits. Trust me. On the issue of fighting, many so-called men of God within the body of Christ have consistently misled their members, fully aware of the truth, yet choosing to ignore their conscience. What was that? Idea way there. As often as we met him to kwasa, and I am to kwa among the men of God. Fighting. When I catch us say between tight. Nyankopo say tight no the other. Tie dia maami we. Say the nenie bria. All the who? And they send the members because the members are refusing to pay tight. And you must listen to her.
Paying of tithes, paying your tithes, returning God's portion must be done consistently. Every time you miss your sacrifice, your tithe, you go back to square one. The ones you did before becomes nullified. It's like you press a delete button, bam, and all the work you did before, bam, is gone.
I know there are those who are telling you not to give your tithe. Don't listen to them, oh. They won't kill you. You go die quick, oh. Your tithe is not about you.
Jesus himself is the receiver of the tithe. We pay it here, but he's there in heaven to receive it. It is not the pastor that receives your tithe. It is Jesus who receives your tithe. What will pastor do with your tithe?
If God does not exist and your pastor is receiving tithe from you or demanding tithe from you, your pastor is a pulpit bandit. If God does not exist and your preacher insists that you pay 10% of your income so that God will bless you, your preacher is a thief. Tithing was never.
Look at how these men of God are so busy championing the paying tithe, yet they know it's a lie. They are criminals, they are thieves, and they are rogues. But you see, today they are fighting among themselves in the sense that, interestingly enough, another man of God has stepped forward to counter this long-held assertion on tithing, rejecting the claim that if you don't pay your tithe, you would be consumed by God's curse. His message is challenging the fear-based doctrines many have preached for years. Mona mose den we ntua ota atani yankopon be kese na fa and tro na da nkontompo akohwifo and nabrabafo. Listen to him.
There is a financial spell cast over the modern church. People no longer give by conviction, they give by coercion. Some are told if you don't sow, you won't grow. Others here, if you don't tithe, you'll die broke. Lies. All lies. Grace broke the curse, so why are we preaching fear again? The cross canceled the debt, yet we keep invoicing God's people like heaven runs on donations. We have replaced the Spirit's prompting with psychological manipulation. We say, God told me someone here must give 1 million, but when it's over, only the preacher's account increases. Hear me, I'm not against giving. I'm against witchcraft disguised as worship. Any altar that makes you fear lack instead of feel love is not God's altar. The true gospel never sells miracles. It offers mercy. Jesus fed 5,000 and never took an offering first. He multiplied bread. He didn't monetize it. It's time to break the spell. Give freely, not fearfully. Support God's work, but don't sponsor manipulation. Because God is not after your wallet, He is after your worship. Tithing under pressure is religion. Giving from revelation is relationship. So let this truth echo: the gospel is not for sale, and grace cannot be priced.
So this confusion galore among men of God on this planet Earth, on this particular thing called tithe. What should Christians do? Those will be confused. At the apex of the leadership, why am I confused? The front line, our mission is not only to expose the fake, the manipulative, and the deceptive men of God who use the pulpit for personal gain. We are equally committed to celebrating, honoring, and identifying with the genuine vessels of God, those who serve with integrity, humility, and true spiritual authority. Because whilst darkness must be exposed, light must also be elevated. We can't wait to say yeah, that are software. Bebre ya kromfo and nabrabafo and introfo no nyasa na ti o There are other men of God also here in this country. Akweku. Me womenyama sofo me nkwa sorry wo, but at least I can attest the kind of faith I omudi eduma. The last time say me beka bi kirem. Okay? Etinya say expose na ye be no ye dia asofo atesem wo me ye trofo nkwa na ye beka. No, there are, and I'm going to do that in the coming, the very coming days. And say expose no ya sha say asofo bi so ha wo mo nye dedewu. Even though they are some are controlling big churches, some too small quiet doing. Nanso nyame asem wo mo de ye adwuma na, it will baffle you. Let me show you one among them. And it is my prayer say nyankopon beko so an widen while lifting it in that glamour, not undiverted. That is all my prayer. Watch this person. Watch it. In the coming days, you be achiro. No, yeah, say, oh, and I saw for 9 years. No. Nyankopon den and Sato to be brave so, but maybe you don't know them. Me, you know what? The expose, the first one on the 2 TV. Now me those days I saw me amekono. Bishop no way easy. Many know who are winning baby amekwa sorry those days. Sa bishop no me see way easy. I'm telling you, when you easy, sa bishop no ko didi sante hiniatem mokai me money, but those who know, yes. When you easy, it's me boss sophobi way I can attest say nyankopon sa wona so a e wodi mehu ba me kasa eno nkyerese sorry na koko gina na sorry eno nkyerese kon na kohwehwe na kira kwa me pacho na wo kon na wo ehu de obehu a wo be kasa. That's how bibini na de tie. By me saying this, I am not to say wake up tomorrow morning and go to his church. No, we identify them by their spirits and the elements of the ejuma. Last person here, your friend is Prophet Nana says Sakodie. And the first time aboni dini pay. Prophet Nana says Sakodie. Papa way or sofa way and only ampia coffee nyan din. I want Pia Kofi Nassoria all nights no more bidding power. Some okay, those who know the story, my country mo pay. Yes, I'm telling you today. I want to be I then abomu me see Nassori Kesiano Committee 20. And you see, when this man Nana say Sarkodie is preaching, Massa, I just want you to just go and research. Listen to a man preaching and preaching practical preaching. Preaching now. And you know what you want to because listen, the salvation of it must be something that is going to rapture your soul, your spirit, and your body, and you must listen to the word. But now so far can see from top down, the minimum prosperity is among any sikajia ni chrono from the darkest no, because when we say one be preaching any practical preaching that it will go against your lifestyle, you will stop the church, so they won't preach that. Yet today the church of God has become a place of what? Wickedness and evil, and the men of God are aware, but they will not preach it. Not this guy called Anasa Sarkodie. At least I've monitored Sarkodie for far too long. When I was a member of the all-night family, no, obe preacher some no true him bonena ye die no ye nyai. There be as of one in Penisa, folks. He comes as one of the guy. I'll tell you, God's hands is upon him. Remember be you before for so achiro. Now obia me yi natural no say wo pa you too take time and monitor the person spiritual physically. Na hwe say ni nyuma te say. It is just my fervent prayer that God continue to protect them so that they will not be lured by the satanic kingdom, because when even within the religious fraternity folks this year expose na no be dey papa so for me say me ma promise some churches will collapse. It's not my will say be collapsing, sorry, but me say some churches will collapse na 2 years and so ni bebre and mafere tampon fruit of Christ me boa ono na sorry fruit of Christ international ono a sheda frame me be ka kire me say aso na egu enti di obo me pass me expose me nko kan kire nipa ne say aso na egu na so ton na yeyi a che waton ama obi akọ ne baabi na me say he fa na okọ o si di ntem bi say na sa asem na me say na mpesem ne ne ko start is odidi matem ne Godfather any Duncan Williams ne Godfather, listen to me. Ne Godfather and a Duncan Williams. Ne Godfather and a Jinasari. These are 2 big men of God in this country. So your guess is as good as mine. If this guy, Mafrede Champo, only the last person exposing, this was a man who was manipulating the church members, including some big women who have what money. Saw them, not a whisker. They use all kinds of spiritual manipulations. They lure them. Ne ayeni deacon, yanyeni deacon ade ni ayeni deaconess. Mafrede Champon says mami we completely ni dwetro de ko China kofa nioma. According to the woman, yes o say nina. Me say the part 2 of the expose ubetinsem. And also na so negu fruit of Christ. E wo kwashiman ho baby sir. Kanin udu wa nipa egu ho e mankwa na all over Ghana no and sony nara no almost about 1 to 180% are women, and they always go with troubles. Anya warrior e sika e yedwuma metu kwan say nsem and asofo no bebre so atene woman sorry na into what sex pools. Make a short break me back. We are going to look at other sights and sounds at the backyard of the Nigerians and some top men in this country, why they are into some fixation sort of links with the Igbo kingdom in Ghana. I'll be right. Now let's move to some sights and sounds from the backyard of the ongoing Ghana-Nigerian tensions. As we probe deeper, we seek to explain why a top member of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, seen getting involved in the affairs of the self-styled chief of the Igbo, Chief Chukwudi Jude. Who is this person? And of course, what influence does he command? And why? Why are Ghanaians or Ghanaian political figures being drawn into his orbit? Penibia or NDC Penny is hovering within the orbit of this self-style called Chukwudi. Oh, no, sure, you're here in Ghana. Penibi the namne circles no more. Na ye baby sa na do says penny dien and warrior on the circles. Chaka ben and on Chukwudi wodie. Anamo 2 ben and on any war. Adam for 4 ben and on any war. Wome anam for anome den. Ye bi so ono so ka ho bi. And a mapa pay. What dear Nyamoni and Yan so disrespecting the constitution of this nation. Okahu ana Oyahwaya. I'm not going to mention his name, but take your time and watch this. Take a listen.
Someone who the econo, Yakase NDC for a mambo for Obiara and Tiasia. Yakase NDC for a mambo for Abusia, a being see a dunketia, Abusia, yes, or no, any NDC for Omaton Ghana for scraps. Abusia, so I was here. They say the Ghana may say yɛtɔn yɛ maako baabi a NDC ene John Mahama edi ye 3 akwa no no ɛno nti daakye yɛ ma
so ubisa papa oto hoyeden ebeya asefema ya hudwiri to find the National Democratic Congress chairman Asiedu Nketia ote ho Johnson ase ote papa yi ne orbit oye den wo ho e den no mo ye is Asiedu Nketia not known say ono ofira hinfie and no say yes for you to call yourself a king here. It's an affront to the constitution of this nation on him. So a day at the full glare of on Johnson Asiedu Nketia and watching this Igbo king performing this whatever there. Ghanaians, I'm sure now some things now can make sense to all of us, right? Well, in another disturbing video or another disturbing development, video footage has emerged showing several thousands of terrorist groups wielding at a hiding location in Nigeria. The images raises serious concerns about security, regional stability, and the potential threats spelling across the borders. Terrorist group in so appear on Nigeria where and yasam ketwa etuo sophisticated offensive weapons bisa so mo de yeden. Na wei ebetimi ama ECOWAS yenka ye humbom ebetimi akoni ni mana ye. Watch this video.
Over 3,000 bandits, terrorists, captured on camera when all of them gathered having meeting. Now is, what are they discussing? And where is the location? Because as they were having that meeting, they were videoing themselves, posting on social media. It is only God that can help us. Look at all of them. And share this video so that everybody will get to know that Nigeria is not the same as yesterday. Yes, when doing something now, you must have to be careful because of the situation on ground right now. And as it is now, I can tell you that no place, no state is safe, including federal capital, Abuja. Nowhere is safe right now. So you must be careful. Avoid late night movement. Yes. So just be careful and make sure you do everything you have to do with caution. Yes, so that your family and everybody will not miss you. We cherish you, we love you. So behave well at all costs.
Great. In a video that is suspected to be sponsors of Boko Haram, a long hidden identity has surfaced, revealing a figure who has remained in secrecy for years. This revelation could have serious implications for what ongoing security effort and intelligence operations. Video amebe boache we so ebinimu susu ehuni say sa terrorist group now me Boko Haram na enipa nso omo hihye omachi a eye omuchi dom ebom ho ban no wo me na omepie wo kwan ben so hwemfoni we na hwe ade ekoso. Take a listen.
Guys, this particular video has been flying on the internet space. Maybe that you will never watch them, and I beg you, sit down and watch this video till the end. You go understand where our problem, waiting they happen to us as a country, waiting they happen to African continent, where it is coming from, where the problem is coming from. Just watch this video till the end. Don't go anywhere and make sure you share this video. See the problem we are facing in this African continent. This thing na bush, oh. This thing na bush. See waiting they happen. They can't market, they can't transaction where they go on inside this bush. See where our problem is coming from. I tell you, I say, you see, black man doesn't have problem with a fellow black man. Yes, we don't have problem with a fellow black man. But he get waiting cause am. See the cause of it here now. Just watch this video. And me and you know say this jet now no be the regular one where you sabi. See am now. Just watch what is happening here. Watch what is happening. Sometimes I begin to wonder, or likewise other people are wondering, who they sponsor all these guys, who they give them the ammunition, the weapons they possess, who they give them. See am now. When I tell when I say Oyibo people, now them they do us. Oyibo people, now them the problem we will get for this continent. Oyibo people, now them they sponsor the genocide. Now them they sponsor the I where they happen for Africa. On that thing say na place. See am here now. See person will go come out from this jet now. Just watch. See person where go come out from here now. See the kind of transaction where they happen for our bush. Somebody will live as far as Europe. We live as far as West. Come to African bush, they do this kind of thing. See them now. See, you see person will come out. And me and you know say, in come with him soldiers, so with their fellows, with soldiers from that same place. So see them here. See them. Oyibo people, now them be our problem. But we don't know. These same people, see this guy now, that guy now, be Boko Haram leader. These same people who enslave our fathers. These same people who deceived us and made away with our resources. Look at this, the format they are using now. See the format where they use now. It's no longer the era of slavery. It's no longer the era of deceiving with one thing or the other or to get away with. This is now the era. They now come with genocide, to sponsor genocide for us to know the by ourselves, and at the end they will get access to our resources. See them. But yet we no go understand. Look at how these people are using our brain.
Folks, some of the very disturbing moments. Bebre Namaya shock about seeing Ura Johnson sitting Kitia in the orbit or in the midst of this self-imposed Chikudi, right? Now, beginning of this fight or this struggle, some of us are constantly telling Ghanaians here and around the world, there can never be anything said. The Ghanaian authorities have deliberately refused to listen to Ghanaians. And for why they want to keep their silence could mean so many things. But we should be careful that this will not spell doom for Ghana in the just coming days. Folks, a senior member of the Patriotic Concerned Youth Alliance. Of course, this group were based in UK. One more penny back on Aya Usu Banahene and Kudi and Como Usu Memoadrena. What would you say? Usu Temenga. Hello, good evening, Usu. Pacho Usu Ahamaneso Usu Temenga. I'm so Usu Lino Ayiga Krabat would definitely raise Usu Banahene and then Venice. Doris Asantewa, no. And yes, Anetia. No, we'll be you see, we have to blend the stories. The Nigerian crisis, the Ghana Nigerian crisis is a crisis. We are going to talk more on it even next year, including the expose. Great. Mameko Amanasuna menem Usu Banahini Nkomo. Usu Memoadre Wapo Mutisaying.
Oh, Major Sumina Bema, Yaku Pound McQueen, I'm sorry.
I had the Bonibia near Quementreze. Yane Galamsi for the Nigerians now, so air Pemso has it. Also, you've been in London, of course, we're a member of this group, and the Yanjo Brebi Brisa. First of all, saying and the Ghana for more London, Muhu back home, Yane Nigerians here, apre. And of course, I know, so even back in London, crying so. And yes, some Kitone Nigerians so do more a who send a more evaluate situation.
Okay,
yeah,
but Kakra, may see, you know, Mr. Okay, would you see question this would be survey? I wouldn't be off.
Great. The main person is that we are a member of the Patriotic Concerned Youth Alliance. First of all, Tramfoni be my
ewo apria even in London. Nigerians no so saa suban no mu bubi wo London ho a mu de mani ehu etesen wo ho.
No crane so we share a lot of suban all over the world. It's very questionable.
Yeah.
Now, so we'll be sad about London. No, there have been so many instances that Nigeria for is subani or money ma or moye no. Say no. Everybody have flagged Nigeria. As we speak, the NHS viewing the Nigerians that came to the UK for nursing, either care or nursing, just because of United Kingdom. Inti alata for almost subane baby danedi.
God. Now, also Ceciano mu group here woka ho bie. Ena motu anamo kese pa se kwan bia so na se Ghana to me free ECOWAS nim sa na asem ne tie se sa na tie a enyina supporting ben so na mu gina so se Ghana free ECOWAS nim from a perspective no.
Okay. So answer na meka sa mutainti a person free ECOWAS nim. Me kan mutainti a anke ka ECOWAS no. The purpose of the ECOWAS. Now, the ECOWAS was there to foster trade,
exactly,
to have easy movement, to enhance communication, to provide security, share information among the ECOWAS community states. Now, those things it's not happening the way it's supposed to happen, but rather is becoming something else because of free movement from all the other countries and the criminals are taking advantage of this your friend is saying the ECOWAS, and then they are going from one country to another. The idea said, oh, nobody is, monitoring them just because they have a right because of ECOWAS. And no mom dear ECOWAS, it has failed its purpose.
Yeah.
So, and any idea we are pushing for that agenda. Say, if the ECOWAS was set up to foster trade, to enhance movement for the ECOWAS to share ideas, share, security information. This is rather going on the other side, which means the ECOWAS has failed its purpose. And now say, Mecca say, maybe the purpose for which it was formed, maybe it ran its course.
I see. Let us say the me me groupie, hey, akuku dampao, a lawyer for no wine and mugum. Let us say possibilities minim se mubet me be to say and chemo person mu take the government of Ghana and mu taking on by say legal actions bini adina bebe mubi. Is that becoming very much possible? And as I saying,
we are working on things of that issues. Now, maybe they concern Youth Alliance.
God.
The main purpose yet anything that you say a bit to me about Ghana. Now, a bino is not able to do it for whatever reason, as to whether the government, is lacking resources or certain things. That is where we come in, because we drink Ghana. That's where we come in.
Wow.
Anything. So see who say immigration. If there are some loopholes that the criminals are taking advantage of, you bet me and draw a binary abba so say, hey, I say there are a few loopholes the criminals are taking advantage of it. And taking on the government. And so you can tell the politicians every time they want to find their own way of pushing through things. That is where we come and say, look, if it's not in the interest of the majority of the citizens, we will come in and say no, because at the end of the year, you know, what politicians know, or they are doing it for their own individual we will not sit down and watch them push it through. Exactly.
I see. Now, also, let's again look at back home here in Ghana. The way a group no mama so den no no make me say London there Ghana ni bia or London bia no enim say ampa Ghana nko ye because of the gateway ye be the floodgates ye bia ama Nigerians ni wura bebrebe na ye hwe ne say ye be free ECOWAS no but Ghana hanankasa no group ni dia na mo be yen so aka o ma Ghana ni a wote sa o ma we mu benya no honti asese matamfo kase pa no ene Nigerians no so amono mu tusa no eno nso the group ne dia na mo be ye e wo ho se na be asa awareness no so be catch Ghana for pa
so far no yes in minim say ubisa about London but it's not just only in London or only in Europe. All across Europe.
I see.
Even the Americas.
Okay.
There are people from all over the world that omono Ghana for omunim say enema ekoso no Ghana no enyinti no the moment obi can we just run and be like, yeah, we want to be part of you.
Yeah.
Now Ghana no the challenges that we are facing in it so many people have focused on medium Soriano pa mejuma mepa
asemnu banahene
to no ema ye gusu and we haven't stopped, we are still on it. Busuafo you know ye paying for bia you free say Ghana what we are doing everything, we are approaching most of the stakeholders ye nim say omo kasa ebem because Ghana asumdwe okon mo a obia nim say wo ye adwuma you know ebe so on mom no say ye betena hon bia no say bigi pa no ebe wi atwe no ebo be say enumere 8 na obia adwane akɔhye them just because say asumdwe ni Ghana enso no Mia kasa me nimo kasa no me kai say na me start at the age of 5-6 years. Now I used to go to school all by myself, walk back home all by myself. But this modern year, you know, you say ubi to judge at the age of 15. Say go school na on birthday ubi to na 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So uncle baby wabra will be comfortable.
Yeah.
These are the things you who say where is this change coming from? Say ushe mwana ukomwan tafuya omusha so mukwa masa crime rate in air so
yeah,
because the crime rate index now, the Nigerians, the number of Nigerians in Ghana and the number of Nigerians involved in crimes and criminal acts in Ghana is way too high. And the magnitude of the crime that these people are facing, Ghana are not even used to it. So, and you know, the Obibe can say, oh, you have police, you have all this thing. Our police are not sort of like used to this kind of crime. And for some of them, no, some of these crime are becoming something new. And don't get me wrong, they are doing their job to keep up with it. But because these criminals, no, in Nigeria, some of these crimes, no, are normal to them. You know, they see Why are Ghanaians even crying? I mean, you haven't seen anything. Ghana need the peace that we have, the security that we used to have. No, we know that things are changing rapidly. So, and none very alarming, very concerning. They concern you for no. Yeah, can't matter for you once a month, and as in Nigeria for you once a month. Now, and yes, it be a tiny time alata for any be a yeka because you know you took baby Ghana or Ghana in past there are so many other national or more Ghana, but then you say even in the prisons, in the industry. How many Nigerians in the prisons? The rating is I know the Ghana for no, and answer the concerned youth. You're very, very alarmed and very concerned about this Nigerians trooping to Ghana. And
I see. Now, Obi Bisa question is Uzum. Sir, how will the withdrawal directly impact everyday Ghanaians, traders, students, cross-border workers? Send a withdrawal may be impacted on the above persons. Do you foresee any impact on them?
So when it comes to the withdrawal now, it will be based on a few things.
Okay.
Individual agreements with all the other countries, will be something that will, depends as to whether the Ghana government, the Ghanaians or all countries now are going to benefit. And now when we talk about country benefiting now, which means if we are doing trade, not a fair agreement, it means the people that are ready to do business, by all means see this business agreement is good for both countries. So there any further moving forward will be based on the agreement that we will have with individual countries. And beside that, said there are some countries that they have withdrawn from the ECOWAS, but they are still trading with some ECOWAS countries. Which means so if you have very good trade agreement with Europeans and the fellow other countries now, those ECOWAS is a group that has been formed. But then if it's not functioning the way it's supposed to function, we have to agree about what we are doing. I
see. Also, you be jam wako, but a final word I would be Ghana for our mutie or memha around the world, as it were some groupie in Yabre with the determination to carry this responsibility. At the end, I'll be catching Ghana for my Yabre more to looking forward to our exercise where Airbus so hopefully next year.
Nyankopon sure me da sense no question. Me kakra me person me catcher Ghana for obi a wuti ni say wo Ghana say woni Ghana baby a wo bia no. Yen kan hu say Ghana asomdwi na ye wo no. Even if it's for sale pona minia pesika kotobi. Esan sa asomdwi te wo a ehunya ene ye. Say any politician ever they are lying to you. And not yet. For me, I will never in a million years believe it said the politicians will come and do that. But there's one thing I say Obi Banas or Castle or the Bamboo which is peace.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghana we assume but assume ye wono. Say if we see being threatened, now say we have these politicians not doing anything about it, not showing any concern about it. Any concern now ye jai Ghana so we need to politicians because these politicians they are individual selfish people whatever they are doing they don't think about the masses. So we are Ghana I don't care whether you are NPP, NDC, whatever, NIC, whatever party that you are affiliated with, no, please, Concerned Youth Alliance, we are here. Anything that we know say it will threaten the development, it will threaten the peace that Ghanaians have, no, that is what we are standing to fight against. Say, we will not compromise on our peace. We will not compromise security. Into the Utimia, the kind ni nyinaa ne yɛmfa adwene ne akoma baako mmom ntu saa na na ɛyɛ ɔman a wɔn akasa betumi de wɔn nsa si obu akasa yɛ nananom de wɔn mogya egu hɔ ho gyina so to hɔ maa yɛn nso yɛ biri so no yɛn nso yɛ afam ho deɛ agye saa asomdwie no si hɔ betumi aka no. Thank you and God bless you.
Great. Also, Banahene, it's a very great pleasure seeing we didn't come on. We in 7 of my community at all. Yeah, there was Papa Pay. We believe, say, in the coming days there will be more uncommon from other members of this group now. Yeah, expanded discussion. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, that was great guys. Ousu Banahene, any no, it didn't come on. Now, what church in Sembimu? What my reasons for ECOWAS na ye be free mu me sure say to wasum assembly Ousu Banahene kan a eno so very instructive o say won say ye ton dem ye ton freedom a pesika na kotobi by say Ghana for uyi entokwa bi a abesen kwa edi o main ahonyehia ne ade ba ye no ever since the Ghana nya experience bibia sa ti amaye na ye fa bibia fo ye fa bibia easy ene ye ma kwan ma amanfrafo ewura mo man ni mu na mo be sei mo man eno da nkyanya your political leadership now finds its safe haven to be seen in the orbit of these amanfrafo. Anya this self-styled wine, self-imposed papa way mahuno with many of your leaders in this country. He was earlier seen with one former President Kufuor Meboa. He's been seen with President John Dramani Mahama. He's been seen with many people, including tonight, some of you watching him. Make us say, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, sitting in his orbit. One more year, dear. Naya Mr. Ghana Pennyfor say, also etemu nim say, Papa ya oteheya, what born was Safuhinia, what the ohene title. Other two who see Ghanaian leaders, as we him say, it's an affront, it's an untenable, it's unacceptable, and it must not be tolerated here on this land, and they continue to allow this. Ghana ni ben ye nim so original Lagos, and original ni Igbo land who are wabon ho safuhene. So why is he here doing this? Now, Moon said, for some time, Chukwudi has gone quiet. He's gone quiet as if he doesn't exist. Yeah. Kanemichomu say he'll be hopping from one end to the other, misbehaving and speaking sheepishly, foolishly, as if here is part of, an extension of Igbo land. What kind of nonsense is this? No, what kind of nonsense is that? When you elect your leaders into power to protect you, this is what they play with the power you've given to them. Yeah. When you have voted for and you are looking for something, sanctity, you are looking for something beneficial. No, this is what your leaders will tell you. And yet, another 4 years, they will come and beg, oh, renew our mandates for us. And that when we come, I've told you Ghanaians, I've told you, 2028 is just there. The year has just ended. Next year, 2026, 27, the next one. So we have 2 years in between. 2 years in between. And we are going to drum home. Ghanaians, open your ears for you to decide who that must ensure and the need for us to remove ourselves from this foolish kind of ECOWAS kind of business on the basis and on the heels of this. These animals, crooks, good for nothing, some Nigerians,
find Ghana a safe haven, and they are here doing all sorts of things. That doesn't make sense to us. And when they are misbehaving and you talk to them, oh no, Ghana is for us, and we are buying Ghana, and Ghana. Look, they don't even have the sense of humility, respect, decorum, and know that hey, you are on another man's country. Just a couple of days, I'm sure many of you have seen the video. The foreign minister Okujato Ablakwa screaming high heavens because of what? Have you seen? Have you heard? Your foreign minister is out there screaming. Earlier, if they have taken a cognizance look of some of these shoutings and screaming, we are screaming that, hey, do not allow your enviable book called the passport to be taken over by these animal, baboon, cocoon Nigerians who have destroyed their passport so much beyond repairs. And now they are coming here to travel on the Ghanaian passport and destroy it again. And they don't have even one common sense. Many of them don't have that common sense. Stupid enough, fools and animals, they still want to come and destroy our passport. And your leaders don't want even to be bothered about. Now, they seem to, I kind of feel that yeah, now they seem to be resonating on the brighter side of life. I hope so. I hope so, folks. Wednesday midweek frontline will come your way. Show way at the soda YouTube. Both links in ya spread it so. Oko my CTVGH at the ho. Me who say bisu show nipa no watch me no over the frontline Ghana so and also a bit out. And say bia no, like I said, subscribe. Say the program to ubet me aden. Ashibi na etimi aboa. Into more repeated no koho at the house. Please give it to a friend, give it to a brother, a sister, a friend, anybody. Said this is the repeated show with me on YouTube or ocean and now the amount be mama swashwate, and then we continue to spread the awareness of this very influx of these Nigerians who simply do not want to sit with us peacefully, but they rather want to tell us what we should do in our own country, and we will not accept that. Now you can see that many of them have run for cover, including self-imposed Chukudi Jude. But like I said, we wrote a letter to him, and that letter contains so many things. Tonight we have received a response coming from one of that guy called what? Agongo, is a funny name, is something like that. The letter we wrote, they have refused to address the letter properly. But you know what? We take cognizance of it that, yes, he's what he has to respond. So we'll bring his letter, we'll bring our letter, and we'll tell you what is inside the two letters. And whoever is involved in this story will speak to Ghanaians. So gauge the space. I'll definitely run that story before we go for the Christmas break. Folks, it's a very disturbing. Now in the letter, they are demanding that, okay, whoever is making the claims should bring, yeah, the person is ready. In the letter, we told you, the last number 11, go and check. You, this guy called Agongo or whatever your name is, sitting there and endorsing foolishness. Go and read. Tell your Chukwudi to give you the letter. What's his name? Go. What kind of name is that? What's that? Like some man, somebody was saying Elisa Batani, and what is that? Where do you come from? Go and read the letter. Go and ask your boss. That's your Nigerian boss, Chukwudi. Go and ask him that he should give you the letter I wrote. I did not sign the letter. There are powerful guys here. They signed the letter. Go and tell him. Then number 11. What is the number 11 saying? Did you answer the questions? We have your response here. This sheepishly response. You couldn't even answer. You couldn't even write any better English. This hogwash, completely hogwash, repugnant. You couldn't. He doesn't have the integrity. You don't have the integrity and the credibility to stand firm and say, me, self-style, self-imposed, whatever. This is it. He couldn't. Wrote some useless fucking thing, useless thing. Sorry for the F word. And brought it, and then you You are warning some bloggers. Warn those bloggers, not me. Go and foolishly warn those bloggers, not me, Kwekwana, sitting here. Even your first case that you took to court, have you succeeded there? Your first case, you took it upon me to court. Have you succeeded? Animals and cocoons and good for nothing. You bulls and animals were good for senseless. You think we are small boys sitting here? You took that. Go. It's still there. We are there already. We are there. Yeah. The court will not tell us to stop talking. You can order the court to tell us that we should stop talking. How dare you? What the heck? A foreigner like Chukudi sitting here. Now you couldn't go word for word and deny the things that we sent you. We went specific. Ghanaians will read. We'll bring it out. You couldn't go specific. That this, that. You couldn't. You couldn't. In the coming days, I don't know. You know. You couldn't answer the questions. I just watched the answers he provided just a while ago and I said, oh, you are so pitiful and regrettable. You are an apologist to your own self, an apologist to the Igbo community you claim you are representing. My goodness. My goodness. Hey. Wow. Guys, Chukudi finally has brought that so-called response or so-called letter I told you we wrote to him. You know why? When he thought we were joking. I told, they said, listen, we want to meet you. Come, we are ready. Come and sit down so that we table the questions. He said, no, I'm not going to come. He was so scared enough to make himself available. Then eventually, a politician has to come in, serve as a middleman. And we love the role the politician played. Look, the letter has been in his custody for what? 2 weeks, some days. Yes. 2 weeks last Friday. The letter was in his custody. For whatever reason, we have to mount pressure until today. They've brought the response. And even on top of that response they brought, the answers they provided, some, incoherence. It's not, I don't even know how to put it. But be that as it may, we have to still take it that, yeah, that's his response. At least in journalism, we've given him, just as when we're doing that story, we called him to come and he refused to come. This time we brought the letter to him. And we are glad you've answered the questions. So now we are going to go full out and full horse in the coming days. Folks, Wednesday will come your way. Nigerians in some minya account, yes, I know. Expose na ye beno, ye yinina along, okay? Nti mun taking yama easy. Mun taking yama easy. Bibia de na kwan so, bibia no e betcha. But the movie, and of course, like I said, go on the YouTube program. I said, watch it, give it to a friend, give it to a brother, sister. Ni na ye shema nyama enye kama. Asofo amugu Ghana bebrebe. Ene mo o say asofo no bebre so amadwen say omo de nkom che. Ba ku bi wo Ghana ha. Oni de nkom hye nko an odididie. Yeah. Wo ye ko hwini na brebe nia me hu bida. I was deceived some time ago to know say, hey, sa na what here. Ono sa asofo yi or the political income share and odididie e wo Ghana. Political income share it no ni season na na say hey ye be elections kai na wa sorry no ni Philistine for na sorry yeah ono ne de no say politics ma ya ye nkoto aba ye nye campaigner the God himself will be asleep. Animal, a crook, a thief, a rock, and a ragamuffin. Wunye nipa papa onye nyami nipa yeah wonye nyami nipa o me say campaign nyansha ase a yakopon na wosom nada wakata nani se de but the moment asa elections no hey nana menene ya de bi na minim se sa na nioma me yeri na na so no no ofa de ye winim they thought they are smarter than anybody. They listen to all kinds of report, intelligence report ye deliver no no mo aide ahihye ne say ya no mo de akwahihye nkomo aso wo de nya abotre. I swear God, ubeni egu hu Ghana ha. You enter underground. Me promise you. You know yourselves. You know yourself, Mr. Obeko underground. Me, Kweku, Anana Mekacho, Mr. Obeko underground. Ghanaians will know you. What is behind the performance of your political prophecies, which all of them are lies? Some of them told John Mahama, oh, John Mahama, on to me, your president, da. Some of them said, when John Mahama did this, I did basic guy. And then they seem to be sitting at the right side of John Mahama. That God who said this, no. The same God is saying the other way around. I'm a moyefo, a widifo, a wikafo, you workers of iniquities. They only survive on the days of campaign. The only and politicians in the we must win no. They be no must so much politicians in themselves. But I know win say no. What much show politicians as so much akwa show them. But win say this self prophet for them. They eavesdrop on many journalists. They have no idea and how they gather intelligence. Women could draw master of my shankom. A true D4 and a DAF and quantum puff war, a would D4, a mamoya for Mutrimo Dene. Baby, they are into the marine world. Yeah, many of your men of God are all into the marine world. Check them, check their lifestyle. Many of them, they will never marry until the end of their age. Me say, worry bida. Many of them are all into the marine kingdom. Demons. Papa. Folks, Wednesday, with another edition, bro. Sure, this expose is coming like kakai. But say kakai, na munyina ho. Now this time we be busy, papa. They are more yen soon, be proven physical. Ghanaians also be can be. Also for be a wada do afọ be ready. Because be provision wabe church wasemu. Okay? Quietly. Ne ya koshisha sa man of God na what church say into your ears. Me say they will not be spared. Oh. These men of God all the way to 2020. You be share nkom. Nkom ne be nkom be. This time there ye chemu kom ankasa. You this self-style man. Me say you be chemu kom. Munsem na be kamutrim. Eduro bia be ka dem. Me say there eduro bia be ka dem. Production team, of course, has been a called Bestmark, an online editor, Keynes, and then a two indefatigable, of course, executive producer Yao, Yamba, and then my man himself, credible, and Ebuamema Itudiniama Ebro, editors at large, Kofi Ansa, and then director of research, and Kofi Ujiri, Umutimi Buamamidi program Nebro. And I continue to say this, guys, don't be too much offended with the way you sound in here. I've already said this over and over. We have a lot of technical issues. Ninarano is under construction. Mr. Do not be angry over this. And then I'm for program as well. So you are better off said sometimes unya some of these hitches. Take it easy with program than to shut our machines down. And look at the engineer Buame Kramer Dimi holiday ni. Now so you say Jack Briduma never ye Juma. What I say? So please bear with us. Folks, this has been the front line. Of course, 17th of November 2025. Wednesday, I'll come your way same time, 8:05 p.m. I am Kweku Anan, your investigative journalist. Bye for now.